welcome back to another episode of The Daily Fix. Today, the Arkane Studios founder takes shots at Xbox Game Pass, also, which Nintendo 64 classics could be coming to Nintendo Switch Online, and Square Enix leaves Final Fantasy fans disappointed on Final Fantasy IX's 25th anniversary. Let's jump in. In the immediate aftermath of the layoffs that swept through Xbox last week, the founder of Microsoft-owned Arkane Studios, Rafael Colantonio, went on social media to talk about what he thinks is Xbox Game Pass' negative effects on game developers. Colantonio, who founded the dishonored and praised studio Arkane and is now president at Weird West developer Wolf Eye Studio, said, quote, "Why is no one talking about the elephant in the room? Cough, cough. Game Pass. I think Game Pass is an unsustainable model that has been increasingly damaging the industry for a decade, subsidized by Microsoft's infinite money, but at some point reality has to hit. I don't think Game Pass can coexist with other models. They'll either kill everyone else or just give up." The post sparked a thread debating the pros and cons of Game Pass, which included developers jumping in the conversation to back him up. Among these was Joe Kreiner, former VP of BizDev at Epic Games, and Michael Dowse, publishing director at Baldur's Gate 3 developer Larian Studios. Dowse shared that most people in his network are mostly concerned about one thing, and it's the reason some haven't shifted to the Game Pass model. Quote, "What happens when all the money runs out?" This is probably why you haven't seen Baldur's Gate 3 on Game Pass or PlayStation Plus. So, why would Microsoft continue to push Game Pass if it's allegedly unsustainable 8 years after it launched? Well, Colantonio says that Game Pass isn't profitable. Microsoft is still in the customer acquisition phase, and that the company hopes that one day subscription revenue will make its significant investment pay off. Game Pass is, of course, an incredible deal for those who want to dip in and out of a long list of games for a fraction of the cost, especially when compared to buying all those same games at full price. And when you throw in every game Microsoft has on its books as a day one Game Pass launch, like Call of Duty, the deal feels even better. But is this good for the games industry? Colantonio pointed out that Microsoft insisted that games launching into Game Pass do not impact sales, only to later admit that they in fact do. During the FTC trial to decide the fate of Microsoft's $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, then PlayStation boss Jim Ryan claimed that he had talked to all the publishers and found that they unanimously hated Game Pass because, quote, "it was destructive." The conversation between Colantonio and Dowse culminated in both of them agreeing that Game Pass makes sense for smaller teams with new and riskier IPs like Sandfall Interactive's Clear Obscure Expedition 33, and that the only way it can coexist without hurting everyone is for the service to focus on the platform's back catalog. They both also preferred Sony's PlayStation Plus model, which keeps first-party games off the subscription service at launch and only adds them sometime later. In its financial report for the most recent quarter, Microsoft said that Xbox content and services grew 8% year over year, which was partly due to growth in Xbox Game Pass. PC Game Pass revenue increased 45% year over year. What we don't have is an updated figure for how many subscribers Game Pass has, nor how much money it brings in. Do you agree with Colantonio, or do you think Game Pass is a win? And how has Game Pass changed the way you play games? Speaking of games on subscription models, Super Smash Bros. And more Nintendo 64 classics could be coming to Nintendo Switch Online. At least that's what some fans believe after a new video released by Nintendo advertising the Nintendo Switch catalog. Fans have been poring over what appears to be blurry images of N64 box art hidden behind the settings menu in the video. An effort led by ex-user Imakuni VT has many attempting to blur existing N64 box art to match the level of blur seen in the video, and then comparing them to see which ones would match. Well, let's see them. The unblurred images so far seem to show Super Smash Bros., Glover, Donkey Kong 64, Forsaken 64, and Rayman 2: The Great Escape. What do you think? Do they match? The suggestion that Super Smash Bros. Might be revived on Switch brings with it the exciting possibility of multiplayer. Regardless, fans wait for news on Nintendo Switch 2's inevitable Smash Bros. Incarnation and Masahiro Sakurai's new Kirby game. Last week, the Switch 2 exclusive Nintendo catalog of GameCube titles added Super Mario Strikers along with the launch roster of The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, which I'm currently playing for the first time, F-Zero GX, and Soul Calibur 2. Other titles already confirmed include Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. And if that's not enough nostalgia for you, today marks the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy IX, and Square Enix is going all out by launching a fan art project. Yay! If that falls a little short of your remake-shaped expectations, you're not alone. There was a lot of excitement about the much-discussed Final Fantasy IX remake after Square Enix launched an official Final Fantasy IX 25th anniversary website this year. And while the publisher has at least acknowledged Final Fantasy IX's special day with an anniversary special movie, some new merch, and requests to collect special memories from fans, that's pretty much it. The game's community has been full of shocked players commenting on the lack of news. Quote, "This cannot be it, bro. At least confirm or deny the remake rumors, please." The 25th anniversary is a big milestone, announcing it would be the best right now. My hopes are gone. Some, though, have taken the lack of news as a sign that there is still more news to come, or so they continue to hope. Final Fantasy IX remake rumors have swirled around Square Enix ever since the unannounced game emerged as part of a 2021 NVIDIA leak of upcoming titles. The list, confirmed legit by NVIDIA but potentially outdated, includes a number of Square Enix games the company has either announced or released since, such as the Chrono Cross Remaster, Kingdom Hearts 4, the Final Fantasy Tactics remake, and of course the Final Fantasy VII remake for PC. However, the Final Fantasy IX remake has yet to materialize. And those are your stories for today, Monday, July 7th. Now's a great time to score some incredible games through Humble. Live now through August 5th, grab Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, Daemon X Machina, Death's Door, Cat Quest 3, and more. Whether you're building your backlog or discovering something new, it's the perfect time to pick up these fan favorites. Plus, every purchase supports a good cause. This month, your Humble Choice membership supports Covenant House. Get a curated mix of PC games every month, all for just $14.99 a month. Skip a month or cancel anytime and know that 5% of your membership goes to charity. Now that you're all caught up on the news, go check out IGN's latest video ranking the top Nintendo 3D platformers. I'm Aliak, thanks for watching today's Fix, and I'll see you guys on the next one.